Happy Tuesday, members of the Altcoin Buzz Army. Hope you're having a great one. Beginning the video with a little bit of levity today. So Bitcoin can save us from hyperinflation and starvation, but you won't support it unless it's powered by windmills. One of my favorite memes basically ever, and it's infinitely recyclable, the skeptical child meme, So we're going to be discussing that. We're going to be discussing these recent developments with regard to what Michael Saylor of MicroStrategy has been hosting in conjunction with Elon Musk and others, this new sustainability initiative, which I don't really think is necessary, but probably in the end is a better look for the space, for Bitcoin and the rest of cryptocurrency, for all proof of work mining. Of course, there's other news. Ray Dalio came out yesterday in support of Bitcoin, quasi-support, because he said he'd rather hold Bitcoin than bonds, and with good reason. This factors into the rest of what we've been discussing as far as inflation, that elephant in the room, that set of statistics that I think is only going to be looking more and more dire as time goes by. We'll also get into some Polygon updates, which has been really weathering the storm of this market crash extremely well, even setting new all-time highs despite this calamity that we've been experiencing. And then, of course, guys, at the end of this video, we're going to be giving away another $50 worth of ETH. So if you like this kind of content, Bitcoin, blockchain, cryptocurrency, altcoins, and Ethereum giveaways, then be sure to like and subscribe to Altcoin Buzz. Okay, so here we are taking a look at the markets today. We are up a little bit, slightly up versus where we were yesterday. Bitcoin still kind of finding its footing just below $38,000 at the time of this recording, but we're still seeing some reasonably good recoveries on the part of some of the altcoins out there, outpacing Bitcoin over these last 24 hours in terms of their gains. Just to give you a quick snapshot here, Ethereum Classic, Holo, Swissborg, Quantum, Thorchain, BitTorrent, Huobi Token, and Clayton, all in double-digit, basically upswings over these last 24 hours, followed closely by Neo and EOS and a few others. Uniswap and Chainlink also doing pretty well. And the further down the list you go, you can see that you have a lot of projects up 4, 5, 6, 7, 8%, which is nice to see. Like I was saying, actually, in the main channel's video earlier, I was talking about how we're at this kind of point where things just feel kind of indecisive. All of the other projects and all other cryptos are kind of like waiting to see what will Bitcoin do. Is it going up? Is it going down? Are bulls in control? Are bears in control? And there's still this, I guess, overarching question right now that a lot of people are kind of grappling with is, are we in a bear market? Like, is this the beginning of the bear market? Did we peak? Even though we had that very strange wick-off formation, we didn't have a blow-off top as we did with previous cycles, previous peaks in the altcoin and cryptocurrency cycles. I shouldn't say altcoin cycles, the Bitcoin cycle. I think there are arguments to be made for both sides. I lean a little bit more toward the optimistic in favor of a prolonged but continuing bull market. That's my contention. I've talked about that in the past. And I want to go over today, I guess, like some different points as to why that may be the case. Moving on from the silly stuff, let's first get into that sustainability talk, kind of segueing from this meme here into what Michael Saylor had to say. This from yesterday, actually. So yesterday, this is now a couple of days ago, so probably Sunday, Michael Saylor was pleased to host a meeting between Elon Musk and the leading Bitcoin miners in North America. The miners have agreed to form the Bitcoin Mining Council, very official, to promote energy usage transparency and accelerate sustainability initiatives worldwide. Responding, or I guess quoting Elon Musk's tweet here, spoke with North American Bitcoin miners. They committed to publish current and planned renewable usage and to ask miners worldwide to do so, potentially promising. Executives from Argo Blockchain, BlockCap, Core Scientific, Galaxy Digital, Hive Blockchain, Hut 8 Mining, Marathon DH, and Riot Blockchain were present and decided to establish an organization to standardize energy reporting, pursue industry ESG goals, and educate and grow the marketplace. On the one hand, certainly, I think this is a positive development in terms of, let's call it, Bitcoin's marketing strategy. This is going to make for something that's packaged more cleanly in that environmental wrapping that's going to be more palatable to a lot of the big organizations and potentially even governments of the world. So on the one hand, it's a positive. On the other hand, I kind of, almost like begrudgingly, I say to myself, like, who cares? Who cares what they think? Who cares what the critics think? They want to sell off Bitcoin because it's only 75% powered by renewable energies. Let them do it. Let us pick up, basically what the weak hands are not able to hold on to. I'm kind of torn right now because I have respect for this initiative, and I think Michael Saylor is a great guy to head it up. But it's like, why are we pandering to these critics? Why are we kowtowing to these people that have no business casting dispersions on Bitcoin? No, they're very much throwing stones in glass houses, in my opinion. Whether you want to talk about the petrodollar, whether you want to talk about the impact environmentally of the banking industry, or just on its own merits, the fact that Bitcoin isn't that bad. 75, 80% renewables and growing. The free market is incentivized to attain cleaner and cleaner forms of energy for Bitcoin, which would also reduce the cost of said energy. So it's this kind of system that's self-reinforcing, that's getting better and better with time. So I almost don't want to even, hear what the critics have to say. But then on the other hand, I recognize it's good news. So I find myself kind of torn at this moment. Curious to know what you guys think about it in the comments below. The other big piece of news that broke over the last 24 hours or so, billionaire Ray Dalio now owns Bitcoin, something that Max Keiser predicted. He owns BTC. He's a legendary investor and founder of Bridgewater Associates. Just as Max Keiser said he would not only become a proponent of Bitcoin, he would own it. Max predicted that half a year ago. You can check out the information here. A lot of different outlets are covering this. Ray Dalio said, quote, "I have some Bitcoin. I'd rather have Bitcoin over bonds." That's another quote attributed to Ray Dalio here. He believes that Bitcoin is better than bonds in the long run. I think a lot of people are starting to express that sort of sentiment. And I guess in a nutshell, here you have another meme. It's a day for memes, bonds versus Bitcoin. We all know, I think in this kind of viewership, this demographic, the people, you guys that I'm speaking to, we would all side with Ray Dalio in this space. But, to us, it seems obvious. Ray Dalio represents that billionaire financier investor class. So in his circle, this isn't so much common thinking, right? This isn't conventional wisdom. He's basically sending this message out to a lot of people that are hearing it for the first time, which is why it's so significant. Not only because Ray Dalio is a living legend and just a financial guru, but because he's got a lot of clout. He's got a lot of sway, and a lot of people are going to hear this message. And maybe from anybody else, they would have dismissed it outright. And okay, yeah, go ahead. I'll take my bonds. You take your Bitcoin. Have a nice life type of thing. But for a whale like Ray Dalio to come out and say it with all the influence that he commands, I think this is going to mean something. So we now have to come back to the question of, with this kind of context, with improving sustainability initiatives on the part of Elon Musk and Michael Saylor, with Ray Dalio coming out and saying things like this, are we actually in a bear market, or is it possible that this was just a very pronounced correction and now we're going to begin, if a prolonged one, some form of an upswing to new all-time highs, not only for Bitcoin, but the total cryptocurrency market? I'd like to direct your attention to a series of tweets here by Econometrics. Back in 2013, Bitcoin rose very fast after the halving. It then spent almost 200 days in a drag down that bottomed at negative 69% from the all-time high. And by comparison, the current correction actually isn't that bad. You guys can check out the graph here. I'll link to all of this in the description below. But continuing, fun fact, if you had bought $600 worth of Bitcoin at the top, before that 69% correction, at the very top, that particular time of the first wave in 2013, and held until now, you'd have enough to buy a Tesla Model S. I don't exactly know how much a Tesla Model S goes for, but $600. Let's assume it's at least, 10 times more would be 6,000, and then times 5 would be 30,000. So I'm assuming it's a 50 times increase or so, and that's even if you bought at the top. So even if you absorbed that 69% loss, you'd still have enough for a Tesla Model S if you bought ahead of that 69% crash, $600 worth of Bitcoin. Too bad Elon Musk doesn't accept Bitcoin anymore. Indeed. Continuing. This current, so now we're talking about May 2021, this current 50% correction doesn't mean the macro trend carrying Bitcoin is over. To put things in perspective, $2.5 trillion worth of gold is captured by financial instruments. The total physical gold market amounts to something like $11 trillion. We aren't there yet. And by comparison, you can see here, as we have Bitcoin compared to gold, Bitcoin market cap is $668 billion when Bitcoin is worth about $35,000. So physical gold market cap is $11 trillion. And then you see the the first 668 billion Bitcoin market cap represents 6% of that $11 trillion gold market cap. If we were to match up one for one, the price of Bitcoin would have to be $590,000. Financial gold market cap, however, is only $2.5 trillion. Bitcoin could match that at a price of $134,000 per BTC. We're right now 27% of the way there. We're not as far off as many people would think. There's a difference between physical gold market cap and the financial gold market cap, which is something I was vaguely aware of, but not in any great detail. And this is something I want to return to in the future because I think it's an excellent, excellent point. So in conclusion, maybe it's time to take the long-term view and be greedy when others are fearful. Not financial advice, guys. But when in doubt, zoom out. The worst thing you can do is panic sell at a loss. You got to buy low and sell high. And I talked about this, endlessly. People in reality, in practice, they do the opposite. They buy high and they sell low. They buy with the wave of euphoria and they sell off in panic mode. And that's just not the way to do it. Don't ever spend or invest more than you can afford to lose. But once you do invest, especially in this space, things are volatile and they're favorable over the long term. So buy and hold, not financial advice, but that's what I would do. That's what I recommend. And I think you'll be okay. Let me know your thoughts about that, guys, in the comments below. I'm kind of cautiously optimistic that we are favoring more of a long-term, perhaps an extended bull market. I don't think we've entered the bear market. I think there's too much happening on the horizon with regard to all that Ethereum is doing, with regard to all of the hundreds of US banks that are going to begin, catering to Bitcoin and Bitcoin products. I think we're very much I guess would be a bear trap right now. That's the debate, right? Are we going to bear trap or a bull trap? What side of the main peak are we on? I think we're still on the way up in a big way. Just my point of view. If you feel I'm wrong, let me know about it in the comments below. A little bit of Polygon news before we get into today's $50 Ethereum giveaway. So Polygon, previously Matic, ticker 0x Polygon. Mark Cuban is one of the most prolific and insightful investors with investments in top startups. He is also one of the sharks on ABC's Shark Tank. We're proud to share that Polygon is now part of the Mark Cuban portfolio. Not too bad. You can read about that here on markcubancompanies.com. Polygon is featured here and they give a little bit of a write-up. So pretty impressive for Polygon. Really, I think perhaps one of the best, if not the best projects that's recently weathered this cryptocurrency crash, not only sustaining its value, but multiplying its total market cap several times and achieving a new all-time high. Big things still to come for Matic, in our humble opinion. Okay, guys, let's go to yesterday's video and let's get to this $50 ETH giveaway. So we're clicking on the video from yesterday. We talked about the bouncing altcoins. We talked about hyperinflation potentially, as Michael Burry has been warning about. So you're still doing a decent job, everybody, of commenting. 457 comments, that's quite a bit, but only 71 likes. I'm imploring you guys, we're asking for your help to grow this new channel, Altcoin Buzz News. That's why we're doing the giveaway, right? We're losing money, we're giving money away, but you gotta kind of uphold your part, your end of the bargain. You gotta like the video. So in order to qualify to be potentially a winner of $50 worth of Ethereum, number one, you gotta like the video, not just comment, but like the video. Number two, you got to comment with the letters ETH, or the word Ethereum. And finally, you have to subscribe to Altcoin Buzz News. If you've done those three, and as long as you haven't already won in the past, we select the comment at random. So I'm going to go ahead and do just that. I'm going to copy the URL here. Now we're going to go to our Raffle Dash YouTube comment picker. I try to do this live, just for the sake of transparency. Obviously, this is pre-recorded, but I'm going through I'm recording live my my selection process here. So potentially the winner of $50 worth of Ethereum is Crypto Hodler, HODL, HODL, and Build ETH. Thanks for all the great content. Congratulations, Crypto Hodler. You are today's winner of $50 worth of Ethereum. Go back to yesterday's video and kindly find your comment. This one right here that you just issued. Reply to your own comment with the Ethereum address to which you would like us to send you your ETH. As a reminder, guys, we're doing this about once a week, so we're batching all of the giveaways. It's just logistically easier. We're doing that on Fridays, so hang tight for a few days. But Crypto Hodler, you are the latest winner. Congratulations. It's just that easy. You guys may as well enter, throw your hat into the race for a chance at winning. So let me know what you guys think about my kind of thesis about bull market, bear market. I think we're tentatively re-entering the bear market. Don't be too impatient. I think it's going to kind of elongate itself a little bit more than we're all expecting. But that is good news because ultimately you have more time to accumulate and to buy the dips, to buy these values and these assets while the prices are more depressed than they would otherwise be. And that's the good news, right? It's all about stacking sats and stacking gwei. With that being said, guys, be sure to follow us on all the regular social media channels. Keep checking back into altcoinbuzz.io for all the latest. Like, subscribe, share, hit the bell to receive notifications if you enjoyed today's video. Best of luck if you choose to invest, although none of this is financial advice. Stay safe, everybody. Happy Tuesday. And as always, we do hope to see you again soon in our next video. Take care.